Hello everybody, my name is Ardalan. There are numerous questions about what is the deadline for purchasing the saffron bulbs. Today is July 3. How many months we have the time for the purchasing the bulbs? You should know in the northern hemisphere like India, Europe, Germany, the time of the best time for the purchasing the bulbs in the August. The all company in the August deliver its the bulbs, saffron bulbs. In the southern hemisphere, like the South Africa, in the Australia, other country in the southern hemisphere, the time is April. But I want to talk about the northern hemisphere. Now this time the best time for the preparing your chambers, because you only have in the August, at the end of August you should purchase the saffron bulbs, because the bulbs, unlike the mushroom, unlike the other crops, you cannot 2 months purchase and you have the flowering or the crop. Only in October is the time of the flowering, and in August you should purchase the bulbs. And also the question, for example, my chamber, my room, my space is not completely ready, is it have the time? I should know. If you is not ready, yes, even in the September you have the time. In the September you have the time, beginning of the September, even at the middle of September you have the time, but the best time in the August, because the saffron bulbs completely sold out in the end of the August. If you think in the September my chamber completely be ready, okay, you can pre-order. You should order the bulbs, and you should be aware, this is very important. The heavy bulbs usually the beginning of the August completely sold out. So that my recommendations is what about the technical points about the what should we do if the chamber is not completely ready, what should we do. Even I told you, even in the middle of the September you can enter the bulb. But for example, if you don't have the chiller, okay, you don't have the shelves, what should we do? At the first step, you should have the chamber. Okay, you should have the chamber, for example, rectangular shape near the 100. You can start with the 20 square meters, 100 square meters. For example, in 100 square meters you can put near the 4,000 kilogram saffron bulbs. 20 square meters you can put near 500 kilogram saffron bulb with the height of the 4 meters rectangular shape. If 100 square meters, 5 by 20 meters. But if, for example, don't I would like something that tell you be hurry, but some you have the time. In the shelves, the most important part of the chamber, because it's completely vertical farming. If you don't have the shelves now in the June, in the July tree, you should immediately provide the shelf. But about the chiller, it's time. Don't worry about the chill, because you need it in the October, the decreasing the temperature. Even with the common air conditioner, you can control the temperature 26 centigrade, 27. Cool off the temperature, and from the August, September, even in the beginning of the October, not very so important, because you should only keep the temperature 27 for the vegetative bed. In the October, it means you have if you don't have any chiller, any air handling unit, don't worry about that. Please, at the first step, provide shelves, because you cannot put the whole of the, for example, 4,000 kilograms saffron bulb, 1,000 bulb in the fellow. At the first step, provide the shelves, because I think from now, from the today, if you start after 2 weeks, completely finished the shelf. Not very technical. In all cities in your country, you can provide shelves. The price of the shelf is we have the different price. For example, in the India, 8,000 euro. In the 8,000 euro. In the Germany, we have the 12,000 euro for 100 square meters. Some we have even the cheaper. For example, 4,000 euro. Depending to you how you can yourself build your shelves. But if you don't have any problem with the budget, you can live with the average 8,000 euro. You can for the 100 square meters easily provide between 6 to 8,000 euro. You can provide the shelves for the saffron. We have the also training for the 100 square meters start with the 2,000 euro. This is completely different to you, but you can at the start provide, for example, the something like electricity, like the plumb and the shelves. You can order in the August, and in August, for example, and to provide for even in the temperature, because the Indian people in the northern hemisphere weather is a very warm. The maximum temperature is a 50 centigrade, but with the air conditioner, very used that is domestic. I'm completely disagree with using the air conditioner for the flowering, but the temporary, if you're not ready, if your chamber, but the majority of my training completely ready with the chiller, with the air handling unit, you can use it for the circulation of the weather. Even if you could in the 28 centigrade with the air conditioners, you can temporary, that you have time for the ordering the chiller, calculating the capacity of the chiller, calculating the air handling unit, the other thing, the shelves and the wooden boxes, both of them, because without this we cannot put the in the space. We need to a shelf and the wooden boxes that you can put. You purchase in the August, you can pre-order. The order is very important. In the July, usually it doesn't meet the best time for the purchasing the bulbs in the August, and I want to in the August purchase. You should start it from now. Even the some of Terani 1 month ago started and pre-order the order the saffron bulb, and you can gradually start. For example, in this time, that is a very important, vital for you, the shelves and the boxes. At the first, when they receive the bulb, even the opening the window for the 1 week, even the temperature 40 centigrade, you can control the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks, circulate the weather till the suitable air handling unit, the suitable chiller. In the October unit in the October, temperature is very important for us. For example, the cold shocking 12 centigrade, 17 centigrade. Even in the October, you should decrease temperature with the chiller. The October in the majority of the country in the northern hemisphere is very good and is helpful for you. The weather also help you about the friends that live in the South Africa and Australia. In the South Africa and Australia also, the time of the purchasing the bulbs in the April. In the April, they should, for example, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, they purchased the saffron bulbs. In the August, in the September, at the end of September, you should graduate the temperature 20 centigrade, and in the October, if you can provide the 70 centigrade and the humidity, because humidity is not very important. Even in the August to September, it doesn't need any control, anything. Even the CO2, the light, we don't need any light. In the September, at the end of September, the environmental factors is very important for us, like a CO2 that should be near the 1000 ppm, humidity 80%, and light near the 1000 light. Temperature is very important for us because we should spend the money for the temperature. For the light, you can easily for a window, create a window, provide for the, it doesn't need spending money. Even for the CO2, this is a relationship between air handling unit. Humidity also with the simple fogger or the simple humidifier you can provide. But in the air handling unit that we are designing, even inside the air handling unit, we had a humidifier that you can provide the humidity for the saffron bulbs. Be careful about the saffron bulbs before the purchasing. You should, that is very important. Ask me, the weight determines. It is a very good news and the bad news. The good news is a very simple, because only focus. Because the friends, my trainers ask me, what is the CRA index of the bulbs? What specification should have? My answer is the one sentence. The weight should be 20 gram, 21 gram, 22 gram. Over 20 gram, it means the bulb is a good. And be careful in the shipping. In the country is a very, the country is a very far from your country. For example, the China to India, Netherlands to India. You should in the bags 2 kilogram, 5 kilogram, 5 kilogram, not 20 kilogram, 20 kilogram bags, because we have the danger of the spoiling of the bulb. It is better you should for the shipping pay a lot of money. Don't worry about the shipping. Even it is better pay more money for the receiving, the quicker the quick should be received, because the season is the summer and the weather is very warm. It is better in the long short distance. For example, if the Europe, it is better in the Europe country provide the saffron bulbs. In the, if the other country, find the nearest country. If the country is far, provide in the suitable shipping, that immediately after the receiving the bulbs, you should put it in the floor, with the opening the window for 24 hours, after in the shelves. Hopefully that you have the best flower. Thank you.